Welcome to Denver, Colorado football fans. A great look at Empower Field here at Mile High Stadium. Tonight should be a good one, Bronc, as we honor John Madden with our Thanksgiving celebration series between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Denver Broncos.
Please welcome your Denver Broncos.
To kick off, here's Will Lutz. And off we go from Denver. Bayshul Tootin now on the return. This makes it up to the 25. So here are the Jaguars taking over for the first time on offense. They're brought out by the fifth-year man out of Clemson. Hard to believe it's year 5, isn't it, Brock? Former #1 overall pick, Trevor Lawrence.
The promise and the potential, well, they've been with Lawrence his whole football life. From high school in Georgia to stardom at Clemson and even a playoff run in Jacksonville. It's just consistency. Week in and week out will be the next step for Trevor in his career.
This is ahead for about 5. John Franklin Myers coming in to clean things up.
You know, Kate, that might be a little bit of a disappointing run to him. He wanted more. They always do. But that's exactly what they were after offensively to get this drive moving.
So gain of 5 on that first down. Let's see if they can repeat that performance now here on second. That is caught by Brian Thomas Jr. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. He gets 6 on that play. And the Jaguars have a first down.
Kate, one thing I learned from the late, great Mike Leach is, yeah, the system was called air raid, but it wasn't just attacking downfield. His philosophy, and it played out right there, is you have to attack every inch of the field, both vertically and horizontally, without routes or in routes, just like that. Kate, I think that's a little taster, a little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 36. Lawrence working from the gun. That one's on the mark. Jacoby Myers. And the stop is made just before he's able to reach that midfield strike. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
That can be a hopeless feeling when you fire a curl route right into zone coverage perfectly like that. Unless that curl happens to be right next to where one of your guys is sitting, that pass can hum in there, and there's nothing this defense can do.
Lawrence, a quick throw out wide. Escapes the defender. Into the red zone. Across the line, into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars start the game off right with a 6-0 lead. So that right there, exactly what you're looking for in the opening drive of a game.
And these opening drives are tone setters. You come out flat, maybe you go 3 and out. Sometimes there's a carryover effect, Kate, but here, they were sharp, they were crisp, and they grabbed the early lead.
Cam Little to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars will jump out to a 7-0 lead.
Broncos nothing.
All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Marvin Mims now to return it. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. So we'll see the Broncos offense now for the first time. And bringing them out. He was a rookie last season when he took the Broncos to the playoffs for the first time in 9 years. Now a sophomore. It's Bo Nix.
Those Denver Broncos have been looking for their next quarterback after Elway and Manning, and it was a dark period until Bo Nix stepped into the fold. He led all rookies in passing yards, touchdowns, was 29, by the way. And he finished third for Rookie of the Year. The Broncos, they found their quarterback.
That's going to pick up the first down after a gain of 26. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
He finds his running back, R.J. Harvey. And he's forced out of bounds after picking up about 7.
You know, you compare and contrast stats over the decades, Kate. One thing you see is the completion percentages are through the roof. In this day and age, compared to the 60s and the 70s, a big reason is just completions like that. Utilizing every one of your eligible receivers. That time, a running back in the flat.
Out of the gun, it's Nix. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's taken down at the 30. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. First give of the game here to the rookie out of UCF. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Shotgun snap to Nix. Will finds his back, Harvey. And he has it down officially to the red zone at the 20. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
The Broncos into the red zone for the first time. They've got 1st and 10 from the 20. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
Brought down at the 18-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8.
Need a better result than that last run. It's 2nd and 8. Staying on the ground here with Harvey. And it'll be 1st and goal. Stop is made at the 5-yard line.
13 yards on the play.
Danger, I say. You get this guy in the open field, and he is dangerous to take it to the house.
1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
Might be able to start their game with a score here, Brock. This is 1st and goal. They'll run here. It's Harvey. And that right there is the start of what could be a goal line stand. They hit him for a loss on 1st and goal. They sent him with that sack in mind, Brock. We all saw what was coming. Still managed to clean up the play, even if it did come on the ground.
And you know why they call that a cat pressure from the secondary, Kate?
Tell me.
Because it's a C for corner and a T for attack, exactly what he just did.
Nix from the gun. Cut near the goal line. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos finish off their opening drive. Well, no hesitations to start this one out, Brock. These guys came out slinging it. Seems like that's going to be what their offense leans on throughout this game. Yep, don't see really any reason to get away from it as long as the results keep coming. The second drive, I think we'll all be watching that one. Will they mix in a little bit more run? Will they have to mix in more run, or can they continue to just shred this defense through the air? Will Lutz now on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. LaQuint Allen to return this. And a decent run back is going to end as they bring him down inside the 30. Second drive of the game upcoming for this Jaguar offense. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3-and-out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building.
And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line.
Back at the 24-yard line.
Headed in reverse so far. Time to shift into drive. Here's 2nd and 14. Motioning Washington right. Out of the gun, Lawrence. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up 3rd down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
No connection on the last play. Now it's 3rd down. Here he goes, 3rd and long. And that one's too far in front of him, so now they're facing 4th down.
I think that was the type of play we expected out of this defense to start the game. Can't undo that opening drive touchdown they gave up, but that can sure help to get yourself off the field with that 3rd down stop.
On 4th down, it's Logan Cook on for the Jaguars to punt it away. Looking to return from the 29. And he's brought down before the return gets far. So the Broncos headed out for their 2nd drive of the game. They really had the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. On the draw to give to Harvey. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. That's the kind of reaction time you want when you face a draw play. They broke on it shortly after the draw started, and they contained it to a minimal gain.
Last run only gained a yard. That means it's 2nd and 9. Nix looking to throw. Connecting on the slant. And he's short the 1st after a mild gain.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason this is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
To the line. Here's 3rd and 3. Now Nix. It's in or no, they dropped another one. Picks dropped on back-to-back plays, Brock, but it does force a 4th down.
When that ball left his hands, Kate, he envisioned a massive play, and he nearly saw it happen for all the wrong reasons. What a great effort there defensively to track the ball and be in position to nearly pick it.
And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. Now the Jaguars getting set to go. Their last drive didn't make it very far before they had to punt it away, partner, so hopefully this one has some better legs to it. Lawrence with it on 1st. Knocked away, and that's going to be incomplete. Defender there, and that brings up 2nd down.
Listen, this guy's reputation certainly precedes him in any game he's on the field, but it doesn't always keep QBs away from challenging him, especially early. But you know what will deter quarterbacks? Results, and those are the results he's looking for.
Second and 10. Here's Lawrence. And again, an interception is dropped. Looked a whole lot like the last play, didn't it, partner? And again, the turnover escapes him. It's going to be 3rd down.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
Avoided one crisis on the dropped pick. Now they're facing another 3rd and long. 3rd and long for him here. And once again, they can't connect. No luck finding his receiver that time. So that brings up 4th and long.
You and I know, Kate, it's on average about 60 to 65 plays a game, somewhere between 10 and 12 third downs. And what you don't want to do is start 0 for 2 in that column.
The Jaguars into punt formation. And he's going to call for the fair catch here at the 38-yard line. The Broncos running their offense out once again. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Good starting field position for the Broncos as they get ready for 1st and 10. Nick's now to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. And they're going to keep moving forward, Brock, down inside the opposing 30. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. On 1st and 10, here's Nix. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that's good for Broncos 1st down.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line.
The analytics will tell you a handful of these kind of plays per game, and your odds per drive of scoring go way up.
Giving this to Harvey. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that 1st down run.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
Now, nothing doing on the last run. It's 2nd and 10. To throw, here's Nix. And I'll set up the screen here. It's Harvey. And he gets it in. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos break the tie here in the 1st. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Extra point try now from Lutz. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Broncos take the lead here, 14-7 in the 1st.
Jaguars 7.
Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. Tootin now on the return. Mismanages to get just beyond that 30-yard line. The Jacksonville offense back on the field now. New set of downs for him from the 31. 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Complete right side to Washington. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
Complete to Parker Washington. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 37-yard line.
Offense to line, this is 2nd and 4. To give to ETN. And this will only complicate matters for 3rd down, partner. They're sent backwards.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
About set. This is 3rd and 5. They just get the play off. Ricky Myers, and he's got it. And they'll stop him here, but not before he gets out to the 47-yard line. 1 quarter away so far. It's a 14-7 game. We'll get you back to Mile High after this. Back for the second quarter. It's Jaguar football. They're looking at first down here. From the gun, ETN gets it. And he is taken down as he drives this to the enemy 40. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a first down.
It was University of Wisconsin, Kate, the first time I heard this term, slow to explode through. And think how good that Badgers run game has been at the college level. Well, they made runs like that look easy. Slow to explode through.
Finds him quickly on the RPO. This gets down to about the 36-yard line. Dre Greenlaw getting there for the stop.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 36-yard line.
Second down now, they need 7. Receiver in motion, he's headed right. Now it's Lawrence. Finds him on the crossing route. This is going to take him into the red zone. He's down at the 16-yard line. An excellent gain, 20 yards there, and that's going to move the sticks.
That's another Jaguars first down. It's a gain of 20. And a Jaguar first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
It's inside the 10. And he will not score, but that does set him up, Brock, with first and goal, less than a yard away from the end zone.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
Breaking the huddle, here's first and goal. ETN punches it in for the Jacksonville touchdown. The Jaguars can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. Made the right read on the RPO inside the red zone, Brock, and things worked out.
And you know what is so key about these RPOs? It's that mesh point. It's the details right there, not immediately giving any indication of what they were going to do, and it created, Kate, the slightest of hesitations for the defense, and that slightest opportunity is all he needed to hit the end zone.
On his Little for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Jaguars tie things up at 14. Now after tying this game up, they're all set to send her away. On the return, here's Mims. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Denver set to take the field on offense. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. First play of the drive. Here's Harvey. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense. Now looks like we're going to get a stoppage for an injured Jaguar. He's in some pain as the trainers head out to examine him. Open to head in the right direction and save this drive early. Here's 2nd and 13. Here's Nix. Short pass brought in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Complete to Troy Franklin. It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 7.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. To the air on 3rd and long. Lockett isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
When they were in their defensive meetings this week, that's exactly how you draw it up. Play sound zone defense. Give that quarterback nowhere to go and let that pass rush get home.
Here comes the Broncos punting unit. Parker Washington to return this for the Jags. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Jaguars down running back Travis Etienne trotting back out to the field. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. On 1st and 10, here's Lawrence. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
2nd and 3 now. Now give, it's Etienne headed left. Ooh, they're on that one. 2nd down's going to end up in a loss of yards.
I'm going to guess at some point, whether it's in the huddle or over there on the bench on the sidelines after this drive, QB is going to go apologize to that running back. He just ran him into one heck of a negative play.
3rd down, they need 7. 3rd and long, they're going to throw. He gets this one to Strange. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
A gain of 10 yards. That's good for a Jaguars 1st down. It's a gain of 10. 1st down, Jacksonville.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 47. Lawrence looking to throw. Able to find Strange here. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 49-yard line.
This is 2nd and 6 coming up. Lawrence working from the gun. Defender's there, and he forces the incompletion. Good play to bring about this 3rd down.
I'll tell you what that deflection right there, Kate, tells me. That defense was following and reading the quarterback's eyes. Knew exactly where that throw was going. And it takes a little bit of intuition, a little bit of feel. He's able to get his hands on it and knock it out of bounds.
Slot receivers headed left. Throwing is Lawrence on 3rd down. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Logan Cook on the punt. And he's hoping for a well-placed strike. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And it'll bounce out of bounds, and he could not have hit this much better. That's going to pin him at their own 5-yard line. The Broncos offense all set to go. All right, Denver getting everybody set, so they've got 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff to Harvey. And they'll take this ahead for 7. We've got 2nd and 3 now.
Well, I think I hear the warning sirens. You hear them, Kate? I think they just got quieted. Because that run right there gave them enough room from the goal line where you should feel comfortable calling anything in your playbook.
7 yards on that last play, so this is 2nd and 3. Shotgun snap to Nix. Back by Pat Bryant. And he'll be brought down just as he gets it up to the 24. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Hey, what's the back on this list? What's the back on this list?
On the handoff, here's Harvey. Allen continues to find no traction on the ground here, Brock, as they bring him down for no gain.
All about that defense there. Had him bottled up from the jump. Truth be told, probably lucky they even got back to the line of scrimmage.
First down run netted him nothing. Here is 2nd and 10. Harvey once more. He's going to be brought down right at the 35. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
Hey, these are the type of gains he's counted on to get when they're available. Unfortunately, we had tremendous vision to see the seam and get through it before that window could close.
All set to go now from the 35. There's a dive up the middle. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Josh Hines-Allen, that time to hold him down.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
So after plenty of scoring already, we have reached the 2-minute warning. More for Mile High in just a moment. 2nd and 3 now. Nix from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Keeps on moving into the red zone. And they are set up excellently. This is down to the 18. He picks up 28 on the play. And it's going to be first down, Denver.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Hey, let's get those next-gen stats out here, Kate. See just how far he had to run between the snap of the football and when he finally got the throw. Did a beautiful job of settling down into zone coverage, even though it took him a whole lot of distance to get there.
And he's going to have him a 1st and goal from the 4 as he goes out.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core, football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Nix to throw again. Gets it to him on the screen. So some defensive initiative in that goal to go, Brock. They take him down behind the line. 2nd and goal coming up. We have a timeout called by the Broncos. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. After the loss, it's 2nd and goal from the 5. Once more, it's Nix. Toward the side of the end zone, but that one's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And that brings up 3rd and goal. And as that one falls incomplete, Brock, the pressure ticks up just a bit because this has been too good a drive to not pay it off in the end zone.
Yeah, Kate, it's time to find your best matchup.
Yeah.
Unless you're already committed to going for it on 4th, you've got one more shot. Players, not plays. Get it to your best player.
Dump off caught by his back. The stand continues. This one doesn't even make it back to the line, Brock, and it sets up 4th and goal.
Brings up 4th and goal.
On comes Will Lutz in the Broncos field goal unit. High percentage look for him here from the left hash. The kick by Lutz is good. And they've taken back the lead.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Tootin now on the return. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The Jaguars headed out on offense late in this first half. And normally they'd need this out, Brock, but facing such a small deficit, good chance they try to get a field goal here before the break. Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line. Throwing on first down, Lawrence. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it sets up 2nd down.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you've got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Lawrence trying again on 2nd. Caught by Washington, left side. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's 2nd. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, Lawrence. Complete beyond the marker. And he gets this one up to the 40-yard line. Now a timeout called by the Jaguars. That's their 3rd. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
From the 40-yard line now, this is 1st and 10. Again, it's Lawrence to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that sack quickly changes the tone of this series, Brock. It's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down.
So a field goal game at the half. A good one so far. 2 quarters to go. Now let's check in with Scott Hansen. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up and put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
Excellent work as always, Scott. Love that halftime reports. Just a field goal game for us here as we start quarter number 3. All set for the kickoff. Little with the honors. Here's a return from the 7. He's stopped on the run back at the 27. The Broncos with their offense headed out for our first possession of the half. And they really leaned on that passing game in the first half, Brock. Let's see if that emphasis continues to start the third. Broncos to the line now. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And it looks like they'll give them about 2 on the opening play of this drive.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Following that little 2-yard run, it's 2nd and 8. Nix. The catch is made near the edge. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
3rd and 4 coming up now. Out of the gun, it's Nix. Big gain downfield. They'll get 31 yards on the play. And that's good for a Broncos first down.
That's good for a Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Well, the offense wanted a spark, and he delivered a lightning bolt. Huge gain that totally changes the tone of this drive.
Throwing on first down, Nix. He finds Ingram, working downfield here. And they take him out of bounds, which means his offense setting up for 1st and goal.
Every tight end worth his salt wanted this. Really craved man-to-man coverage. The best of them, give me man-to-man coverage, and I'm going to beat you. I was around Dallas Clark and Indy, one of the best. You play man-to-man, he's going to find a way to out-leverage you, separate from you, and make a play just as that tight end did.
And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line. They got a handful on the play, now need a handful more. 5 yards on 2nd and goal.
That sure looks like a terrific call after you dial it up, because the execution was awesome by everybody. You get that kind of run on 1st and goal, it sets the table for more success.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Denver. The Broncos grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
Extra point try now from Lutz. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Broncos make it a 10-point ball game.
Broncos 24, Jaguars 14.
Here's Lutz, set to kick this away. Tootin now on the return. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. Out now runs the Jaguars offense. And they're going to try to take the lead back to 1 possession here after that last score pushed it up to 24-14. 1st and 10 from the 32. Here's ETN to begin the drive. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Last run, not a lot of help, Brock. 9 to go now on 2nd down. Heads out on the bootleg. Connection made, Travis Etienne. And he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
It is so hard for these defenses. I don't envy them at all to try to monitor where these running backs are. Are they chipping? Are they delaying their route? He's such an underrated part of their overall passing game.
Now Lawrence on the play fake. And this one's dropped for what would have been a nice gain. Ryan Thomas Jr., his intended target. And it's going to be 2nd down.
I'm not going to be surprised at all, Kate, if we see more of this. Just trying to find some answer, extend plays, be creative, try different things, because nothing really consistently has gone well for him today.
Once again here, 2nd and 10. Here comes the screen for Etienne. And then a secondary past the 40. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Here's Etienne on first down. This is going to make it down to the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 12 on that one, and that's good for a Jacksonville first down.
That's another Jaguars first down.
I just love that so much, Kate. Yeah, they trailed at the break, but that doesn't deter you from running the ball. And results like that will more than likely have them lean into the run game.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
You know, Kate, it's plays like that. It's just kind of the meat and potatoes. Not going to make any highlight reel, but just the positive, efficient plays on the ground. You need to keep plays and drives alive.
First down run, nabs him 5. Now 2nd and 5. They go right back to Etienne. He dodged the tackle. And he's brought down after a great gain. That's going to set up 1st and goal.
A gain of 15 yards. That's good for a Jaguars first down.
Having been in enough locker rooms at halftime, Kate, I know what the messaging was in there. Start the game out by sending a message. Doesn't matter you're trailing, run right at him and go make a point.
Now here he goes on the boot. Completed to his running back. Touchdown, Jacksonville. The Jaguars start the second half with some needed points. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
On his Little for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Jaguars cut it to a field goal game.
Jaguars 21.
Ball is set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Fielded at the 7. Nice effort here. They're going to tackle him just shy of the 35. The Broncos and quarterback Bo Nix gearing up for their next series. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. And in a blink, they are off to midfield before somebody manages to stop him. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And it's going to be first down, Denver.
First and 10 at the
Simply put, Kate, that is a drive starter extraordinaire.
Only one play in, Brock, and this drive already at midfield. Going to the ground again on first. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
Last run got him 3. Here's 2nd and 7. Nix now to throw. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete.
Hey, eventually, Kate, as a quarterback, you better be careful throwing check down after check down after check down. Eventually, that defense will catch on to it, and they'll make him pay and punish him there physically.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. 3rd and long. They're going to throw. Short pass brought in. We got the football drop, but not the first. That stopped just shy of the marker. 4th down.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion to move the chains.
A little outside their comfort zone to try a field goal, so instead they're going for this on 4th down. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Looking to throw. And it's incomplete. They dialed up their best effort, Brock, but they come up empty. That's going to be a turnover on downs. The Jaguars send running back Travis Etienne trotting back out to the field. All their scoring has kept them close, but they still find themselves trailing by just a little in this third quarter. On the ground to begin this drive with Etienne. And this drive's quickly headed in the wrong direction. First play set down behind the line. And it's not just some quarterbacks, Brock, here who got to have short memories. You tell me this too, defenses need them sometime as well.
Yeah, 100%. You give up a big run, well, too bad. No time to dwell on it because you got to line up, buckle up that chin strap, and try to knock them backwards.
Lawrence working from the gun. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
Oh, that drop is such a bummer because it ruins the payoff of such a well-designed play, Kate. Got the man open, beat the coverage, but then you got to go finish it. You got to go make that catch. I will say, keep that one in mind. They could revisit that play in the future.
Throwing is Lawrence on third down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And that brings up 4th and long.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You'd like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
He fields this at the 18. Jukes away from one. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The Broncos and quarterback Bo Nix gearing up for their next series. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Handoff now out of the gun. And they blow up the opening play of this drive. Love the aggressiveness from this defense.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
Well, they went 3 yards the wrong way to start this drive out. Here's 2nd and 13. Nix from the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. This gets forward to around the 29. Devin Lloyd on the tackle.
You know, Kate, it is so hard on these defenses to try to keep an eye and monitor on these running backs when they leave the backfield, especially if he's waiting to chip a defender or delays on the start of his route. He's really an underrated part of their overall passing game.
On third down, here's Nix. Dumped off to his running back. Oh, he's trying to get away, but unable to do so. They catch him behind the line on third down.
Not terribly complicated on this one, just not the third down screen you wanted to run. Little chance they were getting the first, and apparently, little chance they were going to even gain a positive yard at all.
Their punter making his way out now. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he collects the fair catch just inside the 35. The Jaguars send running back Travis Etienne trotting back out to the field. And I'm sure they're tired of bringing out the punter, Brock. They're hopefully going to give him some rest this time around and find some points to go after that lead. An option give here to Etienne. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
It's one of those sneaky little runs, Kate, that gets you enough yards to create some doubt into that defensive coordinator. You could stick to the ground. You could throw beyond the sticks. You really create some indecision now defensively.
4 yards on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, Lawrence. Hits him on the in route. And he will stop him as he gets this down to their 39-yard line.
It's a gain of...
A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the third quarter. It's Jaguars football. They trail, but it's still within reach. So a fresh set of downs now from the 39. Completes another one to Thomas. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line.
Thomas Jr. A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the Broncos' 37-yard line.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Trying to throw this from the gun. Completed over the middle. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. Give him 8 on that one. And the Jaguars have a first down.
You get this big old dude like him in the slot, it's an automatic mismatch advantage. You trade a little bit of speed, sure. You sure do get a lot of size. And anytime he's in the slot, you got to assume the ball's going his way.
Trying it right side with ETN. Got him a good handful there as it brings up 2nd down.
Really good patience right there. It's hard to do for runners in this league because these holes close up so fast. But he was patient, he was explosive, and he got a nice little gain on the ground.
Run picks up 6, so that means it's 2nd and 4. Design bootleg here. Oh, on him quick there, and they bring him to the turf. And this defense going to try to hang on to that momentum, Brock, as they go for another stop on 3rd down.
Kate, I can speak from personal experience on this one. That is the absolute worst nightmare as a quarterback. When you call that bootleg and you turn around and all you see is nothing but a big old defensive end, yeah, your interest switch from getting rid of the ball to a little self-preservation. Good job just simply hanging on to the football.
Let's see what they went with. 3rd down. Here he goes. 3rd and long. Again, he's under pressure, and he goes down. And a couple of really good plays, Brock, made back-to-back behind the line to bring up 4th down.
As we're into the 4th quarter, we know this. We know that money down could not be any more important than right now. Both sides are certainly fatigued. You feel it in both their play. But battling through what's been a physical contest all game long, going to be the key here down the stretch.
Cam Little now in a high-pressure spot. It's going to be a tough one, 55 yards away.
55-yard attempt.
Got all of it, and this is good. And in the 4th quarter, that's going to tie the game.
You know, I like to leave you in warm-ups, Kate, and get down to the field and watch these not only quarterbacks throw it, but these kickers kick it. I want to see the distance. And it's one thing in pregame to make it from 55+. It's quite another to do it in the 4th quarter when it really matters.
So we've got a tie ball game now as they send this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And in the end, he's able to get it to about the 25-yard line before he's hauled down. The Broncos and quarterback Bo Nix gearing up for their next series. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this 2nd half. Nix with it on 1st. This is Ingram working the left side. And he's going to be pushed down up near that 40-yard line. They pick up 14 yards on that one. And that's good for a Broncos first down.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
On 1st down, it's Nix. Dump off caught by his back. And they're all over that screen, Brock. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
The good defense is in this league. Every once in a while, they could bait a quarterback into a throw. And you do that by having eyes on the quarterback. Getting to a good drop, forcing that check down, and they'd only just bait him into a completion, but they knocked him backwards after the catch.
To throw, here's Nix. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Really had to find a way to get that short completion because now you're staring at 3rd and extra long, and that's a place no QB in this league wants to be.
Last pass unsuccessful. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. They'll throw again. Nix. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. So 3rd and 16, no problem for them as they get the first.
And the Broncos, first down. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Gosh, that is so demoralizing defensively. You do everything right, you draw it up right, you got double coverage, and yet you still can't take the ball away.
They'll run here on 1st down. Saw the lane, hit it quick, call that a gain of 7. Nicely done.
That's what I call a rhythm starter right there. Being offenses love execution and plays like that on 1st down, Kate, because now that playbook is wide open. All options on the table for 2nd down.
Last run got him 7. Here comes 2nd and 3. Nix holds on to it, and he gives himself up after a short gain. Give him 2 yards on the run, and that leaves them just inches short for 3rd down.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down, but instead the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy, and their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
Nix trying to sneak it, and he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
Kate, is there a simpler play in football that's come to life more than the QB sneak? We see all different varieties now, but it has become so darn effective. And when you got a tough QB that wants to put it on his shoulders, you sign up for it.
On 1st and 10, here's Nix. Cut out left. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the Jaguars' 23-yard line.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Low back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he works this to the 15 before they make the stop. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
Ooh, I like that call. I really like it with those sticks. You can keep them on the sidelines, and you get more than enough to get the 1st down.
And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10. Back-to-back carries here. Following the play, one of the Jaguars in some distress as they hurry the medical staff out to look at him. Last run got him 9, so now they need one more here on 2nd down. It's quick out wide, complete. And he's tackled for no gain.
A good RPO play, it takes a lot of timing, proper decision-making from a calm, cool, collected offense. Well, that one didn't have any of it.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. He's going to be short of that goal line, Brock, but not of the marker. They've got a 1st and goal.
Right here, Kate, this is where I'd love to see a team go no huddle. You just ripped off a great run, a momentum-changing run. Now get back to the line and don't let that defense breathe.
Could take the lead with a field goal, Brock, but thinking touchdown here as they get set up 1st and goal. Nix holds on to it. The charge into traffic, but the line doesn't budge. They stall him out short.
It's easy for me to say up here in the friendly confines of the booth, Cape, but that was not the right read. And you hate seeing him absorb yet another hit at the end of the play. You never want him taking unnecessary shots throughout this game.
Another chance at 6. It's 2nd and goal. Fullback trying to power him across. And he's in for the touchdown. The Broncos take a 4th quarter lead. Goal line formation, a give to the fullback, powering forward. Is that Lorenzo Neal? That Tom Rathman down there, Brock? It doesn't get more old school smash mouth than that.
Yeah, I think you could go back to the early 1900s with no face masks and still find that play, that formation, and yes, sometimes even that touchdown.
Extra point try now from Lutz. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos break that tie and now lead by 7.
31, Jaguars 24.
Here's Lutz set to kick this away. Tootin now on the return. He's brought down to end that run back, and we have reached our 2-minute warning. That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Denver. Jaguars down by 7. Jacksonville offense ready to get going. Here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Into the hands of his running back, ETN. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. The Jaguars are going to call their first time out. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
You could see that screen develop as the linemen pull right out in front. Sets up a nice gain. Love to see a running back utilize the big man in front of him.
We've set it down from 37. We send a man in motion. Here he is to throw. Quick slant, cut by Washington. And they're not going to have to burn a timeout. Smart play here. He gets out of bounds with the first down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And all he can do is get back to the line on that effort, so no gain on 1st down.
And the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Setting up to pass. And he's not quite that fast. Let him just a bit too much. That's incomplete. Couldn't find Brian Thomas Jr. on that throw. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting the completion in that area, and not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
Got his man. Thomas has it. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Yeah, these in cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Throwing again. Here's Lawrence. And they got there in time. He's taken down. A timeout taken by Jacksonville. It's 2nd. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Lawrence working from the gun. Short pass brought in. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
A 3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down.
Gotta figure out this 3rd down here. Now to throw. Can't connect on the 3rd down, deep shot. Love the courage they had to try it, but it's incomplete, and now we've got 4th down.
The offense not shy about sending them downfield to try and stretch that secondary. Even still, one of the deeper targets you'll see him get. It's a shame they couldn't find a connection.
They've got to go for it in this spot, Brock. This is 4th down. Desperation time here. He finds it. stop comes at the 15-yard line as he gets them into the red zone. They come through massive gain there on 4th down, give him 24 yards, and most importantly, that first down.
1st and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case, tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
Back to the air, Lawrence. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Didn't see a whole lot of room to fit that pass in, Brock. Throwing into double coverage. How's Coach going to feel about that one?
Yeah, that's a no-no. Yeah, I experienced that as a player and now as a coach. Please don't do that again.
2nd and 10, still at that 15-yard line. Again, it's Lawrence to throw. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Took his shot at 6 that time. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
You know what that route is called, right, Kate? OTB, over the ball. And those are the ones you've got to hit. You've got to be able to play offense from the inside out. Got to find a completion right there.
Looking to throw it. And down he goes. The Bronco defense gets there. There's the timeout. It's one of the last times they could afford to take a sack, and now they're down to maybe their final snap.
4th down.
The deficit is 7, so they have to convert here on 4th down. Throwing now. Cut near the goal line. And he's taken down. They got to him on his way to 6. No time left on the clock, partner. That defensive effort right there is going to win them this game. So to the side of many mile-high salutes throughout the building, it's a win at home for the Broncos. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners, as we'll see you next time from Denver.